Hello everyone, as you're watching this performance, there are several ways you can produce a card or spin a card from the corner using the same principles, okay? I use 3 different methods, which they're all the same. However, the last one, the spinning card with a thumb, I already have its own tutorial because I also explain how you can slide it through the spread, okay, in 3 different ways. So just go to this video full note and then I will explain the flipping of the top card with a thumb. You can use it to spin that card from the top, or you can use it to spin the card from the middle as a selection. Okay. Now you can use this spinning either from the card in the center as a selection or from the top to place it in the center. And this video I will explain just these two, how you can produce a card using these 2 different ways, the one from the spread and the one from the top or the middle as well, but it wasn't using the spread method. I will explain the first performance that I did, in which this consists by using this corner. You don't need to have any crimps or any foldings. You have to square those 2 packets. Then you side jog a little. I want to remove this top packet so you can see what I'm talking about, and place it right here in the outer corner. The one is pointing toward the spectator. And to make it spin clockwise, you can either side jog it straight like that, or you can do it in diagonal, okay? But you want to spin it clockwise, you have to side jog it just like that. I'm exaggerating so you can see a little bit more. It doesn't have to be this much. And by applying pressure right here in the corner with this corner, and by rotating clockwise, it will go clockwise as well, okay? That's it. With a really minor move and side jog card, doesn't have to be that much, but just a little bit, you can complete this spin motion with a minor move, which is the nice thing. You want to do it counterclockwise, you just leave the selection or the production ace, whatever you want to use it for, and diagonal. I'm exaggerating again. As soon as you spin or push down here, it will go counterclockwise, okay? I mean, that's pretty much it. You have to use the top packet, okay? You have a thumb brake. You have to control the selection all the way to the bottom. I'm using this performance 2 different ways. Just go to the video full note, link number 2 and number 3. I will have those tutorials in that same sequence that I did it in the performance. But again, I leave it side jog, but you don't see that much because it's just a really minor placement. I'm just leaving the card in diagonal a little bit, just like that maybe, just a little bit. And by rotating the card, you can obtain this spinning motion towards the direction you want it to go. But if you do it counterclockwise, it may not go as far as you want it to be. Which the main goal it may be, to make it spin 180 degrees, as this other way. Don't push too hard, otherwise it's gonna be contacting the surface. If the selection contact the surface, it's not gonna complete the full spin. Again, I have a thumb brake. I push it against really hard, so it doesn't open this other one. So I try to push in a little bit. Or you can, do the thumb brake right on the top card, move the bottom packet, and then you have to, at the end of the day, you have to join this top card with the bottom packet so you can grab those 2 as one and make it spin. Sometimes, for me, in the performance, it keeps rotating counterclockwise because the side jogging method that I was using, it was really minor. And sometimes you may end up placing the card like that instead of straight like that. But anyway, you will find your own comfort way to do it. To me, it was easier to make it spin counterclockwise, but to be honest, it's much better you make it spin clockwise. Okay, so you can complete the full spin. And just with a minor spinning motion with the upper packet on the corner, okay, it will do a huge move, which is the nice way. Nice production. Sometimes using half of the packet, it may not be high enough. So instead I try to use 2/3 of the bottom packet, so there is more altitude to the card, so it makes a better spin. It doesn't contact the surface right here that easily, so it can complete the full motion. But actually the spinning motion, using it from the spread, this is not a production, this is just a fancy way to display or to give a card away, for a selection. And the purpose of this spread is just asking the spectator to point to any card you want. Okay, they point this card, you just produce it in a spinning motion using the upper packet, or you can just use the thumb, okay? But those two ways is using the same corner spinning principle. Now, to make this spin works from the spread, there is not any specific rule in this particular instance, because you can place the card like this. You can make it spin from this corner, maybe, or from the opposite corner over here. You can rotate the bottom packet or the upper packet. However, I was trying to find a balance. Since there is not any specific rule, the way more comfortable that I make it work is by just saljagging the selection. I ask the spectator, pick any card, don't take it, just point to any card you want. They point to this card, I ask, are you sure you want that one or you want to change it? In that process, I outjog it. They say, no, I want that one, okay. Then I place this corner of the bottom card of this upper spread right in the center over here, which is right here on the edge, right here. And notice the grip. I'm holding the bottom packet with a pinky against the thumb, or the bottom section of the thumb. So you can either rotate it clockwise or counterclockwise, whichever you prefer. But notice I had to let go of everything so the card may spin. Let's assume you're using this corner right here, placing the corner from the bottom card of this upper packet. This is just pure gravity. But you have, maybe for you in some instances, you may want to help the selection spin by rotating the card as well. You know, it's just a little gesture you have to do. So you side jog it. You want to spin it clockwise. Make sure the thumb is not in the middle of the way. So sometimes for some of you, you may want to adjog it more than usual and just push right here. And with the gravity, it's just going to spin by itself. To me, it's easier if it goes counterclockwise because of the natural grip that I'm using. Notice the hand is tilted this way, it's not tilted this way. So that's why, because I'm tilting my left hand, which is the one is holding the deck, for the remaining cards. Because it's this way, it's obviously rotating that way as well. And to make it complete the full 180-degree spin is by the speed in and of itself, and maybe with a little gesture as well. Now, it's not easy for me to make it spin clockwise because I had to tilt the wrist this way, you see. But I still showing both variations in case you like one better than the other one. Maybe for you it's better just to place it at diagonal and rotate the bottom packet, you see. There is no, like I said, a specific rule, but using this method that I just showed, it created balance, and to me is a faster way to rotate the card without delaying too much. They want this card, you rotate it, and that's it. At this point you can use any other control you want, but that's going to be up to you. Anyway, just go to the video footnote for an extra moves and steps and controls in case you want to know the full performance.